There are some absolutely awesome faction guns that you guys can buy, and year one, I don't remember the faction guns being like this, but at each vendor there's about one or two guns that are really solid. So for example, at Dead Orbit, the Hung Jury Scout Rifle, this thing is a beast. It's got triple tap on there, landing precision hits will return one of the magazine, extended mag. It's got Firefly. You can even add basically max stability if you want, though I don't think you're going to need it. This thing is awesome. It really is. It's an awesome scout rifle. If you enjoy scout rifles, I highly suggest picking it up. I mean, just look at the stats, and then the perks on top of it with triple tap and Firefly. This thing's awesome. I would really pick this up. I picked it up. I'm not a huge scout rifle guy, but it's a good gun. It's solid for PvE. And also on Dead Orbit, the shotgun's half decent. It's called the Patch A. I think there's a better shotgun at New Monarchy, but you can add range with rifle barrel. It has rangefinder. That did get nerfed a little bit though. Accurized ballistics, and it has crowd control. A solid shotgun. I personally, if I was buying a gun from Dead Orbit, I would go with the scout rifle over the shotty. And I'm sure some of you visiting the Vanguard, this Apple gun, Apple of Discord, this thing is a freaking beast in PvP. You get Head Seeker with the body shots, and it's full auto, and you can basically pretty much max out the stability. This thing is awesome. I got my Apple of Discord from a legendary engram, and instead of Head Seeker, I had got Army of One, which is awesome for PvE, but my Apple of Discord still wrecks in the Crucible. I would highly suggest picking this gun up if you are a Crucible player. It is awesome. It reminds me of the Hopscotch Pilgrim. I don't think it's as good as the Hopscotch Pilgrim. Year one players know what I'm talking about, but it is still a great gun. You see there, I mean, you can almost have max stability. Another gun is the 1,000-yard stare that the Vanguard has. You have Mulligan. You also have triple tap. I think this is a solid PvE sniper. Hunters, I would not waste your marks on this gun because you can get a good sniper rifle from doing the Gunsmith rank 2 Still Piercer. But for Titans, Warlocks, this is a good PvE sniper if you don't have one already. Vanguard also has, not like the others, another decent scout rifle, though I think the Hung Jury is much better just because of the perks. This does have crowd control on it, which is nice. But the thing with the faction guns is you only have to be rank 3, so it's not a grind to get them. For Future War Cult, their hand cannon's okay, machine gun's okay. This vertical rocket launcher you might want to look at for PvP, though if you're not rocking an exotic primary or secondary, Truth is still pretty much the way to go. That or Gallahorn, you just put that on for your rocket launcher. But this has grenade and horseshoes and really good velocity and blast radius. It's a solid rocket launcher for PvP. And then the PvP Quartermaster, Crucible Quartermaster, the Deal Breaker. This thing looks half legit. Clip size is a little low, but the impact for an auto rifle is pretty good. And you can also have braced frame. You see that, but that does drop your magazine, but increases stability. You have glass half full. You also have crowd control, which is awesome for PvP if you can get on streaks. The bottom half of each mag causes extra damage. Pretty solid gun for PvP. I've not tried it out, but it looks pretty good. And then the Crucible, the Smolder rocket launcher, has tripod and grenades and horseshoes, though its velocity is lacking. But still a solid rocket launcher if you don't have Truth, you don't have Gallahorn, you don't have Ragdad's Fury. For a New Monarchy, the Burden of Proof is an awesome shotgun, full auto. You can have rifled barrel, and you see that rate of fire. Rate of fire is really high for a shotgun. Looks about like Dry Rot's rate of fire, if I remember correctly. And then you have the Underdog perk, which isn't necessarily good for PvP, more PvE status. But I still think this could be a good shotgun to use in PvP and PvE just because of the full auto, the rate of fire, the range is half decent. It's a solid gun. New Monarchy's machine gun, the Objection. This looks like a good PvP. You get the reinforced barrel. It's a really high impact machine gun. It has counterbalance, so when you do increase the range and the stability, the counterbalance is kind of there. Though it doesn't have like crowd control on it, which would be awesome, like the Beatard when you used to be able to roll guns. That is still, my opinion, the best machine gun that you could have gotten was the Beatard with crowd control on it. That thing's a freaking monster. But those are just some of the faction guns that I think are pretty good and you guys should look into buying. I've been basically saving my marks just to see kind of what Xur's going to sell on Friday. I bought Truth mainly because I forgot how much that thing sucks, and also I kind of wanted to you know, have a heavy available for doing the Nightfall, doing the raid and whatnot. But I've basically just been saving my marks, using strange coins to buy some of the exotic guns that Xur's going to sell, like bought Hawkmoon last week, buying the exotic armor from Xur, and, you know, cashing in his engrams when he had the helmet engrams. I know you can buy year 2, year 1 exotics. That probably sounds a little confusing, but if you have the year 1 exotic, you can buy the year 2 for 150 marks, if I remember correctly. And I just wouldn't waste your marks. I would wait for Xur and spend your marks on some of the guns I showed you in the video. There really are some solid ones. The Hung Jury, the Apple of Discord, that's the gun you're seeing kind of in some of these PvP clips here. It's the primary I'm using, and it's really, really good. I mean, it's a laser beam with the extra stability on. Starting to see more of them around the Crucible, just kind of like the Hopscotch was really popular. And I'm sure the Hopscotch still is popular. I'm sure quite a few people actually still use that gun. But yeah, so just look into those guns, guys. Just some of the ones I suggested I think are pretty good. There might have been some other ones good that I didn't look too much into. Like, I don't like fusion rifles, so I didn't even look at any of those. But I'm sure one of the fusion rifles between the 3 factions and the Vanguard and the Crucible, I'm sure one of those is probably half decent. But go take a look at those guns, guys. Some of them are really awesome, and you only need to be rank 3. That doesn't take too long to get to. It really doesn't, and you can actually score some good guns. Have a good one, guys. See ya.